We're down to 1% battery. It should be cutting off any second. There it goes, 0% and the output's off. Whole home battery backup systems are a great way to stay prepared, but they're not for everyone. For many of you, something much smaller might be a smarter choice. I reached out to Bluetti, one of the top selling power station brands, and they sent me their AC180 to test out. So today we'll run it through the paces, we'll find out what it can do, what it can't, and then we'll list the pros and cons at the end of the video. Let's take a quick look at the unit and then we'll begin some real-world testing and see how well it performs. The AC180 is a mid-sized portable power station with an 1152 watt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery. That's the same battery chemistry used in electric vehicles. It has a pure sine wave inverter, making it safe for electronics. And it's rated for 1800 watts of continuous power with 2700 watts of surge capacity. It weighs about 36 pounds, but with the integrated handles, it's pretty easy to move around. It has a mix of AC and DC inputs and outputs and multiple charging options. Here's what you get. You have 4 120 volt AC outlets rated for 1800 watts in total. 1 12-volt car socket rated at 10 amps. 4 USB-A ports rated at 15 watts per pair. 1 100-watt USB-C port, and a 15-watt wireless charging pad on the top. I'm really looking forward to testing the wireless charging pad. If it works well, I'll be using that all the time. Now for the charging options. We can use the AC input to recharge the battery from a standard wall outlet. It supports up to 1440 watts of charging depending on the setting. We'll go over that in a minute. This input also allows the system to function as a UPS. We'll be testing that out as well. And you can use the AC input to recharge the battery from a gas generator. Then we have the DC input, rated for 12 to 60 volts up to 10 amps, and it can be used for solar or car charging. Bluetti includes both the solar and car charging cables, and you can control and monitor the unit with their Bluetooth app. We press the power button to turn it on, and we can press it again for 2 seconds to shut it back off. A quick press turns the display on and off. The screen shows input power, output power, charge percentage, and the estimated runtime at the current loading. More information is also displayed depending on what's being used. You can toggle the AC and DC outputs on and off individually, or you can have them both on at the same time. And if we press both the AC and DC buttons together for 2 seconds, that'll bring us into settings. These functions are also available in the app. Let's start out testing the DC output ports. Most people don't buy a power station for the DC output ports, but they are really nice to have. I'll connect my iPad to the USB-C port. It's consuming about 12 watts. Now I'll connect another iPad, a wireless speaker, my jump starter, and a camera to the USB-A ports. They're consuming about 30 watts in total. Not really a load test, but everything's charging just fine. Let's try the wireless charging pad. I found that it needs to be lined up just right to work. But it is charging now, and we're consuming about 9 watts of power. I just searched my house and the shop, and I can't find anything that I have that'll plug into the DC output. But I do know another creator who ran a full set of tests in this output, and he was able to get about 129 watts of power before it tripped out from overloading. So that is slightly above its rated capacity. Let's test the AC output with some standard kitchen appliances. I still need my morning coffee, so let's start out with my coffee maker. Wow, 1460 watts. That's more than I expected. I pushed the button twice to make 16 ounces of coffee. It handled that with no problem at all. Let's see if it can handle the microwave oven. Well, we're pushing up close to that 1800 watt capacity, but it's doing fine. Let's try the toaster oven. This might be a challenge. Nope, no problem at all. This is drawing about 1400 watts, a little less than I actually expected. Let's take it back out to the shop and try to use it with some power tools. I found a new use. I can use this to power my adjustable desk. I have 4 cordless chargers connected. We'll turn it on and see what we have. We're drawing about 280 watts. This would be pretty handy for keeping all your batteries charged when no other power is available. Let's see how it handles the inrush current from my miter saw. I have a watt meter connected to capture the peak power. The maximum surge was about 1600 watts. No problem there. Now I have my heat gun connected. Let's turn that on. That's running at about 800 watts. Let's try running the saw again with the heat gun running at the same time. I accidentally had the meter set to running watts, not peak, but I saw the display on the AC180 hit 2985 watts, well above the 2700 watt limit. I now have an electric heater connected. We'll see how much usable capacity we can get from a full charge. It's rated at 1152 watt hours, but we will lose some through the inverter. I'll let it run for a while and then I'll come back. Okay, the battery was down to 0% and the unit shut down. We were able to get 1.034 kilowatt hours of usable power. That's 90% of the rated capacity, which is pretty decent for a unit this size. Let's try to recharge the battery with solar power. The open circuit voltage on this 410 watt solar panel is 37 volts. So we're well within the 12 to 60 volt range of the DC input. This panel can produce 13.5 amps, but the MPPT should cap it at 10 amps. The provided MC4 style adapter cable will connect to the solar panels, and the other end to the power station. It's really hazy sunshine today, so we're only able to produce about 240 watts. This will take about 4.5 hours to fully charge the battery. It's been about 10 minutes and we're up to 7% charge. Let's test the car charging method. They provide a cable for this as well. Let's try it out. It's charging at about 100 watts, so it's going to take a while to charge. Now, Bluetti has come out with a device that they call Charger One. It connects directly up to your car and can charge the battery up to 6 times faster. There is one more way we can charge our battery. You can recharge the AC180 using a regular wall outlet with the included cable. There are 3 charging speed options in the app. First, we have standard mode. At about 1000 watts, this will fully charge our battery in about 1.1 hours. This mode is actually friendly to the battery, and I can hear the fans running, but they aren't that loud. Then we have silent mode. At about 250 watts, it'll take about 4.7 hours to fully charge our battery. In this mode, the fans are on low speed, so it's really quiet. And it's very easy on the battery. And last, we have turbo mode. At about 1440 watts, our battery will be fully charged in about 50 minutes. This can be handy when you need a quick charge, but it is a bit tougher on the battery and the fans are going to run on high speed. With the batteries charged back up, there's one more test I want to complete, the UPS test. UPS stands for uninterruptible power supply. The AC180 is rated to switch within 20 milliseconds when utility power is lost. I have my iMac connected to the power station. I also have a lamp connected to see if we can notice the lights blink when I pull the plug. Let's simulate a power outage. Unplugging now. I did see the lights blink, but the computer transitioned over to battery without shutting down. Pretty cool. So now that I've had a couple days to test out this power station, here are a couple of things that really stood out to me. It has a solid build quality and it handled the loads well. Quiet operation even with the fans running. It has very low self-consumption, even with the inverter on, so the batteries will stay charged longer. The app control works well. It's smooth and reliable. The lithium iron phosphate batteries offer over 3,500 cycles, so they'll last a long time. And it has multiple charging options, which I really like. But here are a few things that you should be aware of. There's no 240 volt support, which isn't surprising. Most mid-sized power stations don't offer that, but it is worth mentioning. The app works really well, but it's Bluetooth only, so there's no Wi-Fi or remote access. And the wireless charging pad is a bit touchy, meaning you have to line up the phone just right in order for it to charge. But overall, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for a portable battery power station, the Bluetti AC180 is definitely worth considering. If you want to check it out, there's a link down in the video description, and if you use Backyard 5 off, you'll save some money too. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, and if you like electrical content, remember to subscribe to the channel. I'll let YouTube recommend a video right here for you to watch next. I'm John from Backyard, Maine. I'll see you on the next one.